Okay, this is Practice Problems Part 1, Number 7. Okay, and so basically what they're asking on Number 7 is a preferred stock. It's currently at 49 bucks a share, has an annual dividend of $4, and the par value is 100 bucks. Okay, so originally the $4 made a 4% dividend yield, which is actually was the rate of return initially also. I think I screwed up on this a little bit where I said the dividend yield is still 4%, even though it's dropped down to $49, because I think the dividend yield really is also based on the market price. So disregard this part of it, because I think I've got that wrong, where it says now the price is $49, the dividend yield is still 4%. I don't think that's correct. I think the dividend yield and the rate of return is the same in this case. So just ignore that for right now. Okay, but since the price has dropped to $49, you still get that 4% dividend, because remember it's a 4% dividend, so it's a $4 dividend because it's 4% based on the par value of 100 bucks. So you're getting a $4 dividend. That has not changed. The thing that has changed is the price. So the rate of return is $4 over the price of $49, so it's 0.0816 or 8.16%, which I think that's still the dividend yield. I think they change, but remember that on a preferred stock it'll say it's a 4% preferred stock, and that 4% is just like a coupon on a bond. It's just based on the par value, so that it's $4 per share in that case. That does not change. What changes, even though it says 4% annual dividend, it's a $4 annual dividend on a $100 par, so it's $4. The price has changed, so the rate of return is what you get, $4 over whatever the market price is. Okay, hope that didn't take too long. Number 8, they talk about how over the past 38 years their parents have saved money, and then they go on to talk about it's 34 years they expect to live. The 38 years is not needed in the calculation, so he may throw in a couple numbers like that mean nothing. Remember, you just care about the 34 years that they expect to live and they expect to get payments on, and so that's what you need to calculate. Number 29, there's a comparison of two people that are basically getting the same, or they're basically investing the same amount, $200, at the same percentage rate over the same period of time. The only difference is Jesse's making his payments at the beginning of the month, which is called an annuity due, and Carla is making hers at the end of the month, which is an ordinary annuity. Just remember that unless you're told otherwise, annuity payments are always at the end of the month. Now in this case they want you to compare the difference. So if Jesse's making her payments at the beginning of the month, that means that that payment compounds an extra month basically, because instead of, say, in the first month at the beginning of the year, if you're making the payment $200 at the beginning of the year, it's compounding for January. Whereas if you're making it at the end of the month, it's not compounding because it's in January, because you're making it at the end of January. So an annuity due where the payments at the beginning of the month, it should be a larger number at the end, and that's what it is. But I'm going to show you how to change your calculator so you can do an annuity due. It's pretty simple, but super important. You have to change it back every time you do this, because all annuities are figured at the end of the month unless you're told otherwise. So if you don't change it back, you'll screw up any other times when you put payments in, a payment number, any other calculations, it's going to screw up because it's going to figure it at the beginning instead of at the end. So what you do is hit second, and then you hit the payment key, and see how it defaults to being at the end. You want to change that to beginning, so you hit second, then the enter key, which is really set. So second set, and see how it says beginning, then hit second compute, which is quit, and now you can see it says BGN. It's set for that. So now you can go through and put in your numbers for Jesse. Okay, put your numbers and you calculate the payment. It's $125,657. They're asking for the difference really, Now you got to go through and calculate Carla. Carla's at the end of the month and her payments. So you want to change it back, and you want to change it back anyway, because otherwise if you leave it at beginning, it's going to screw up any other time you put payments in, because most payments are figured at the end of the month. So hit second, payment. See how it says beginning? Hit second, enter, which is really second set. Now it says end. Hit second, compute, which is quit. And now it's going to, see, it doesn't even say anything on the top, because the normal way of doing it is end. So if you hit second payment again, see, it's set to end. Okay, so go through and do your calculations. Now for Carla, you'll find out that her amount is less than Jesse's, so the difference is $728. But super important, you've got to change that back. And here's an example. Problem number 10, the next problem, is a problem that you got to compute the payments. And if you hadn't switched that back, it would be screwed up. So there's nothing really complicated about the next one. The only thing is, if you had not switched it back after problem number 9, you would have a screwed up answer. Okay? Because you're computing the payment. Okay, so that's the second, the problems 7 through 10 on part 1 of your practice problems.